Good afternoon once again, and a very warm welcome to Governance Leadership Summit 2021. Governance Leadership Summit is a joint initiative of Elites Technomedia and eGovernance magazine to bring together some of the topmost policymakers, officers, administrators, PSU leaders, and experts from the industry to come on a common platform and discuss and deliberate upon the issues, opportunities, innovations, and ideas in the sphere of governance, particularly in the backdrop of the COVID pandemic. This two-day virtual conference started today in the morning at 9:30, wherein we had very eminent speakers from Government of India as the speakers there who outlined their vision of a new India through transformational governance. The chief guest in the morning session, inaugural session, was Mr. Durga Shankar Mishra, Secretary, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Government of India. And he was then joined by another secretaries and additional secretaries from various ministries from central government. Thereafter, we moved on to panel discussions. There were two interesting panel discussions ranging from the role of technology in realizing vision into reality to another relevant and very apt panel discussion on the role of district administrators in fighting off the COVID pandemic. Moving forward, there are various parallel sessions also going on. There is session going on water innovations and sanitation in the parallel hall. Then we will be having interesting panel discussions in the evening as well as tomorrow as well. So we are privileged and honored to have with us here Engineer H. Harnath Rao, who is the chairman and managing director of Southern Power Distribution Company of Andhra Pradesh Limited. Engineer H. Harnath Rao would be giving a perspective of smart energy, achieving scale through technological innovation. Primarily, he would be talking about how the smart energy or energy will be instrumental in realizing the vision of New India. When we talk of New India, when we talk of an economically progressive India, then definitely there would be an abundant demand for power also. And this demand for power, this demand for energy has to be met in a smart manner with the help of technology, with the help of innovations, and with the help of new age innovations. So over to Mr. Harnath Rao. Mr. Rao will be starting with a short presentation. Mr. Rao.
Yeah, thank you, Aman, and good afternoon to everybody. I welcome the initiative of the Elites governance leadership on this, taking this initiative and getting the all ideas from all over India on various subjects, especially this pandemic issue on pandemic and of course on energy. Let me introduce myself first. I'm chairman manager of the SPDCL for last 2 years, and SPDCL is the one of the distribution company in AP, and having nearly 18,520 megawatts of generating energy. Last 6 years back, actually, in not only our discom and entire AP state is suffered with lot of energy because of we are only depend upon hydel and thermal at the time. And later we realized and we introduced renewable energy, especially wind and solar. Now we have added for last 5 years nearly 8,000 megawatts of the renewable energy. Now we are surplus of energy, and now our demand is around 11,600 megawatts, wherein our 8,000 megawatts is alone from the renewable energy, and we are having thermal and CGS shares and others to be able to meet comfortably our demands. And our state demand is around 180 million units per day. And when come to our distribution company, our company is having 5 districts, and our average day demand is 4,500 megawatts, and our average consumption is 70 MU per day. And of course, our annual demand means financial turnover is around 10,000 crores per annum, and our annual consumption is 20,000 MU. This 20,000 MU is mostly met with the renewable energy and thermal energy. And in last 2 years, that is once if this pandemic started, we started purchasing from the market also, because from last April, the energy is available at the cost of even sometimes 1 rupee also. So we started 30 to 35% of energy we made from the market, and we saved nearly, for the state, we saved 2,000 crores last year, which central government is also appreciated, and Niti Aayog is also appreciated. And almost we are continuing the same now with backing down the thermal units and saving the environment. we are taking from the market now. So we are totally, our power purchase is also critically we developed an app, and time to time we are saving, and wherever our low price is available, we are going for it. And further, in the last month, April 21, our state and DISCOM has reached nearly 20% of the demand and consumption on a single day, but we comfortably met the requirements. If we comes to our network, in our DISCOM area, we got 120 numbers HV substations and 1,450 30 by 11 kV substations in the rural sector. And because of our load is 30% of load is inductive load from the agriculture pump sets predominantly, we got nearly 11 lakh pump sets. We installed 2 MVR capacity bank to match the power factor 0.95. Nearly we are having 2000 MVR connected into the circuit. The 30% auto-regulated capacity banks were connected in the circuit, and we got 5,900 feeders, and of course nearly 1,500 circuit kilometers, and we are installed nearly 6 lakh transformers to meet our distribution network. Especially we installed smaller capacity in the agriculture sector. For the 2 to 3 pump sets, we installed one transformer so that we will limit the interruptions and as well as the transformer loss, and also unauthorized utilization in the agriculture sector. So almost we are meeting, or all agriculture pump sets have been connected with the small DTS only, and we have taken funding from the REC and PFC to meet those expenditure. And if you see the consumer pattern in our DISCOM, out of the 76 lakh consumer strength, we got 56 lakhs from the domestic, wherein 21% of the energy has been consumed by the domestic sector. And of course, industrial sector has been consumed, LT and ST industrial sector is consumed 32% of the energy. And because our state has 18 lakh pump sets, our distribution companies alone having nearly 11.5 lakh pump sets. So our consumption, agriculture consumption is also nearly high when compared to the other most of the areas in the nation. 32% of energy we are giving to the agriculture, and put together all 6% of energy, and our losses, technical losses are 8.2%, which is almost one of the nation's lowest. And our supply position, if you see, our agriculture feeders for last 2 years, we are giving 9 hours daytime supply to facilitate our agriculture farmers for comfortable cultivation. In 1 or 2 spells based on the demand, we are giving 9 hours daytime for a very pump set. And all other category consumers, rural consumers, we are giving single phase supply round the clock. And up to the municipalities and major towns, we are even giving 3-phase supply. And now we are planning nearly more than 5,000 population villages in the entire DISCOM. We are giving 3-phase supply with the scheme recently approved by the World Bank in the 24/7 supply scheme. If you see our interruptions are around 4 hours per month in urban area, and rural it is 6.5 hours. And we thank the central government to introduce the Urja Mitra app, and we are almost covering our scheduled interruptions, 65% of scheduled interruptions in Urja Mitra app by effectively utilizing by all our ground officers and staff. And of course, we have taken up already 2-3 years, we have completed all 100% household electrification, except those in forest dense areas. Those areas also taken up by the solar small grid connections. And of course, we have taken a lot of initiatives, not only taking up renewable energy in power generation. Like that, we have taken the innovations in our distribution sector and our substations, even our metering, and of course also billing, and even revenue collections also have taken a lot of initiatives. One of them is in IPDS, we have taken up already 11 substations under SCADA in one of our Nellore district, and almost we are controlling all the 11 kV feeders from the SCADA center. And now once the Tirupati town is also selected as smart city, and we have taken up total underground cabling in the smart city, and that Nellore and Tirupati we are taking up conversion of all the outdoor substations into indoor, and of course we are all pushing them back to the rear end of the area, and we want to develop that frontage into the market in the commercial place. We want to save the commercial place also for future our different purposes, and also we have taken up the SCADA for the these two district headquarters, Nellore and Tirupati. Nearly 45 substations were taken up under this 24x7 World Bank program, and is already works in progress. And now we have taken up the automation of the rural substations, nearly 340 substations. We have taken up automation in first time in India. AP state is taking that all the discoms in AP is taking that, and of course it is on this month end we are going to finalize the tenders also. We did lot of R&D and the work on it to finalize to successfully get through the rural automation, because from the SCADA our communication network should be effective, more effective. For that we have taken up a lot of all safety necessary measures also to make that success. And further we have taken up the fixing of the meters to all pump sets as per the recent directives of the central government also. That's also we are shortly taking up, and our tenders is also going to finalize. So these we are taken up in power generation and also in distribution. And this executive side, our all offices in the DISCOM are made paperless, and we already taken up the registration of the new services from our village secretariats or through our online. And the AP has been for last 3 years. AP is almost standing was in first place or second place in implementation of EvoDB. We are only asking 2 documents for any new service releasing, and now we able to release in urban areas within 24 hours, and in rural areas we are taking 7 working days for releasing of the simplified services, and for the new service with extensions we are taking 30 days, and these has been fixed up as SOP norms, and we are strictly following this SOP norms also. Further to that, our distribution feeders have been connected with modems, and we are able to have the status of the modem real-time data, and we are able to monitor through our outage management system, and so only we are able to achieve that interruption to reduce to 4.5 hours and 6.5 hours for last 2 years. In addition to this, we have 24x7 customer center with nearly more than 20 channels, and we fixed up the SOP norms for every type of the grievance, and we able to, as per the regulatory commission directives, and we able to attend all these grievances within SOP norms. Nearly 65% we able to attend, and still there needs some improvement to be done. Some of the grievances our people has been taking for 33%. We are taking more time. We are eyeing on this, and we are keeping the fixing of the responsibility also on the concerned officers and staff. And even very recent past, our regulatory commission has also given directives to and fixes some penalties for crossing these SOPs, and we have been directed to remit the amounts also as per the directives of the regulatory commission to the consumer if we fail to respond in time as per the SOPs fixed. And of course, we are doing energy audit online for all the 11 kV feeders, because all the services in the 11 kV feeders already mapped, and they are all uploaded in the database. So simply we are getting time to time online energy audit, So only by this effective energy auditing only we able to limit our losses to 8% and that. So these are the few of the IT initiatives we have taken up, and our meter, domestic meters and commercial meters are also 95% are made IRDA. Manual reading we have avoided nearly 5 years back, and we slowly converted all the existing meters into the IRDA. And in the recent last for pandemic corona background, we able to give 24 into 7 quality supply to all the customers with our nearly 12,000 and odd regular staff and 7,000 and odd outsourcing staff. And of course, in this assignment, nearly 1,400 people of SPDCL have been affected, and nearly we lost 50 of the valuable lives also in the recent pandemic situation. But we able to extend 24 into 7 to all the total customer base. But nearly our revenues has been affected, especially our commercial revenue and industrial revenue has been affected because of this effect. And nearly on average, 60 to 70 crores our HD consumption has been affected. But we hope within short time definitely we'll get back to the normal condition with all the initiatives of the central and state governments. And once it is affected, definitely we'll get back our revenues, what I feel. But in this pandemic situation, we have given a lot of concessions to our industrial and commercial consumers also. We postponed their payments, we avoided disconnections, and even we granted the installments and duration of loads very liberally so that they will able to meet the challenges comfortably. And further, SPDCL for its performance stood first rank in South India recently in overall Axis Index utility performance, and third rank in consumer servicing by the Niti Aayog 1920. And SPDCL also ranked first position in efficient operations and ranked third in overall innovation impact by Indian Chambers of Commerce ICC. In recent 8th Innovation Impact Award has been awarded. Not only this, in renewable energy initiation, we have taken a lot of awards, and our initiations in the distribution network also recognized by lot of in the nation. And I thank for this opportunity given to the SPDCL for sharing the activities and about the initiatives taken by us. Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Engineer Harnath Rao, Chairman and Managing Director of Andhra Pradesh Southern Power Distribution Company Limited, for taking us through the journey of AP SPDCL. It is quite heartening to know that despite the operational challenges posed by the COVID pandemic, the AP SPDCL has been able to perform its duties what were expected out of it. It's quite sad to know about the tragic loss of 56 human lives of the organization who were at the forefront of this COVID pandemic, but they were doing their duty to provide seamless and uninterrupted power to the citizens of Andhra Pradesh. One quick question, Mr. Harnath. You mentioned about technological initiatives. You also mentioned about revenue losses because of this COVID-induced lockdown. You mentioned about certain technologies like Urja Mitra, paperless offices. It is quite good to know that the entire AP SPDCL office has now gone paperless. One quick question: the pandemic, coming back to the pandemic, how were you able to ensure the motivation of your employees despite when everything was under lockdown mode, but the employees of the AP SPDCL were supposed to be out in the field and ensure uninterrupted power to the citizens of Andhra Pradesh? Must have been a quite difficult task for you.
Good. The thing is, not only in SPDCL, what I feel, every employee in the energy sector is always prepared to meet the challenges because we are working 24 into 7 for the society. Especially, we may show some lethargy or some slackness in the regular duties. What I feel personally, because I am in the sector for last 30 years and that, especially any challenges that comes, maybe some cyclones or winds or any some outages are there. Definitely, what I've seen, starting from outsourcing or junior most cadre, technical cadre to the highest chief engineer, they will be united and they will feel work as if it's their own job. Our job it is. They never think of anything else than their job. Well, of course, we have been motivated like this from our senior officers, and it's almost a tradition like thing. We are doing our job like that. So in this, especially, once the March 22nd lockdown is announced by the central government last year, then because we are already different groups of this thing, and bottommost staff also given with the cell phone number, and our communication is very strong. So we able to communicate and pass on the information that because everybody is now locked up in the house. So their first need, everybody needs, for every need, the electricity is the foremost thing required. If you take switching off the fans, if you take water supply, if you say food preparation, mixes or grinders or whatever is, if you want to recharge the cell, for every your domestic or personal or official need, supply is the very foremost thing. So we motivated our staff. This is the time to serve back to the society. So those who are locked up in the houses, they cannot move outside. So we started thinking in that lines. Actually, before that itself, because of in view of summer, we used to strengthen our network. We have a habit of strengthening our network 6 months back itself. Summer preparation, generally, we used to have 20% of the extra load we used to feel. So we already enhanced our different transfer capacities. We strengthened our urban and rural network. And when we prepared for meeting the entire load, but at that time, we used to have only domestic load and agricultural load. No industrial load, no commercial load, no other loads are incident at that time. So at that point of view, definitely, first of all, our network is strong, starting from the EST to 440 volts network. So with the ease in the network availability, we easily able to attend the supply, and especially we thank to the government officials also. They are given liberally passes to move to our mobility, and we able to give supply. But the only thing we missed in the last year, especially April and May, we not able to get the readings from the meters. Especially once March 22 is announced, it is in lockdown. April 1st, we are not able to get the readings, and it was continued further. In May also, we are unable to take the readings. But there we received some criticism also from the public, because in May and June subsequently, we built those gap BISL units. But their consumption in March, April is very huge, because everybody is locked up in the houses. When compared to the previous consumptions of the previous years, last year, March and April, if you see anywhere in the nation, generally, if you see our own consumption also, generally more. So that only we received because of the non-monthly billing. And apart of that, we comfortably able through, and even it is not the, we extended our food supports from our personal contributions in the townships where they, especially in Tirupati, large hospitals are there and attendants are there. So where the needy people are there, for 2 months of the pandemic situation, we distributed nearly 1,000 packets a day. Today also, up to this month 20th, we are repeating the same now also with our employees' contributions.
Wonderful, wonderful, and heartening to note. Engineer Harnath, the distribution companies, the power distribution companies in India, there are a lot of inefficiencies in the sector. It's quite heartening to note that you mentioned in your PowerPoint presentation as well that the Southern Power Distribution Company Limited of Andhra Pradesh has been outstanding and has been regular recipients of many awards in the energy sector. But if I talk of the sector in general, what are the inefficiencies and how does the sector per se plan to address those inefficiencies? The challenges of the discom sectors in India. Most of the discoms are in bad shape financially also, and there are a lot of revenue leakages as well. So, as per you, what should be the roadmap for the discoms?
Actually, the discount performance technical side, I don't think very less deficiencies are there. But in financial side, if you see, especially the financial status of the discounts nowadays is not that much satisfactory, except those Gujarat state and few Maharashtra. I don't see balance sheets of any other discounts are as such comfortable. Uh, there is one reason primarily the cost of supply and cost of billing. The ACS and ARR gap, primarily it is the responsibility. Because previously our cost of supply has gone up for various reasons. For increase in power purchase cost, even if you say CGS rate is little high, and of course where we are depending on thermal, our thermal power purchase cost was for 5 rupees 70 paise to 6 rupees even now. If you back down also, we have to bear the fixed cost of the power plants. So this side, the power purchase cost one side is going up, and other side, the establishment cost is also going up. And third, the initiations of the in IT or any power sector networks, the loans taken and debt servicing is also another liability on the discounts. So generally, these three are the liabilities on any discount. But if you are able to get your ARR ACS gap is very less, then almost we'll get through. And if we have the state government support in paying the government services, etc., definitely it will be an advantage to the power sector. And of course, uh, previously we used to have different schemes from the central government, IPDS, DDGY, etc., with nearly 60% grant and 40% subsidy with less interest rates. But now the situation also their situation also now difficult, and only they have postponed some debt servicing in last pandemic. Now this year we also not been given any such concessions, and even REC and PFC they are now charging around 9% interest rate for any schemes. So it is very difficult to any discount to take up such initiatives to strengthen the networks. If one side, if you're not able to strengthen your network, it is very difficult to give the quality of supply. Especially if we fail to give quality supply to the industrial and commercial consumer, definitely your revenues will be hampered, and there is a very possibility of their ideology and shifting of the units also to the other states. So pricing for the industrial and commercial is also very competitive nowadays, because every state is not charging more on that sector. So it is a different balancing act discounts now initiating. But recent past, our state government for last 2 years, they are all the time they are supporting us, and very recently, even from the budget itself, they are now given a GO to pay the government arrears, and they asked us to raise the bills to the state away to the government, and they will release from the budget. So this type of support we used to have from the government. So they are all needed for a survival of the discount.
Yeah, you rightly mentioned that it's a tight rope walk. That if the tariff is raised, the industry or the commercial industry might move out of the region, and if we do not raise, then we are just mounting upon the liabilities. It's a very fine balancing act. I do fully agree with you, and I also hope that more and more discoms follow into the toes of AP SPDCL as far as the various innovations are concerned, as far as adoption of technology is concerned, and as far as moving ahead in the energy scale is concerned. So we are just now over with the time, and we thank you so much, Engineer H. Harnath Rao, for so beautifully bringing the perspective of Andhra Pradesh Southern Power Distribution Company Limited and its contribution in India's energy sector. Because as I mentioned in the beginning of this session, that as an aspirational India grows, as the economy grows, and as if we talk of a 21st century fast growing country, then one of the parameters of a developing country and a developed country, or one of the fundamental differences between a developing and developed country, is the consumption of energy. How much consumption of energy is taking place in that country? So if I'm talking about a developing country, fast developing country like India, then the roles of discoms, the roles of all the GenCons and transcos is going to be increasing with each passing day, particularly against the backdrop of the COVID pandemic. Engineer Harnath Rao was mentioning that for every fine task also in the home, a small task, for example, switching on the fan or switching on the light, we require energy. But I'm going one step forward. The COVID pandemic has brought in digitization.
Yes.
The entire education world has gone digital. Entire operations have gone digital. We are working from home for the past 1 year. Can you imagine a digital world without power and energy? Answer is no.
Yeah,
If there was
similarly,
energy,
this
there would
open
be no
new
need of
opportunities also. This open new opportunities also. Actually, all our customers has been, we got their phone numbers linked with our website, with our database. So we called every person and promoted and asked us to for the online payments. Now we are having we are at least 83% we are now online payments we are getting.
So this is an example of turning a crisis into opportunity, that the more and more people got aligned with the digitization, and which will of course lead to better efficiencies also. So thank you so much once again, Engineer Harnath Rao. I'm just completely out of time now. I would request my backend team to present you with the speaker certificate.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you so much.
So this certificate of participation is for Engineer H. Harnath Rao, Chairman and Managing Director, Southern Power Distribution Company of Andhra Pradesh Limited, for sharing his valuable insights at ILET's Governance Leadership Summit on 17th of June 2021 as a key speaker. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This session is over, but the conference is not yet over. We have got interesting panel discussions going forward also. Thank you.
బాగా చెప్పొస్తున్నా. అసలు